Okay, so we'll continue. So well-defined collection of objects is called a set. So for example, we have, if you take Indian cricket team. So Indian team includes, say Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, or KL Rahul, some other players. So this is a collection of objects or collection of players, right? And well defined. What is the meaning of well defined? Actually, two things are very important here. It has to be properly defined, that is well defined, and it has to be collection. Collection means there has to be one or more than one objects, or it could be zero also. Zero is also collection. Yes. So it has to be properly defined. That means these different people, they have a common identity. What is that identity?
Yes, sir.
That they play for the Indian team.
Indian cricket team.
Yes. So that's their identity.
Yes, sir.
So a well-defined collection of objects is called set. Another example you can take is your family. Now, family has your father, daddy, mother, sister. So likewise, you have some members who are there as part of your family. If you see,
Yes, sir.
Coming back to the Indian cricket team example, suppose I say, someone called say Ricky Ponting. So does he belong to this set?
No, sir.
He doesn't belong to this set.
No, sir.
He is also a cricket
Yes, sir.
player, but he is not in Indian team. Similarly,
Yes,
suppose
sir.
you have a neighbor of your, you have some neighbor, just staying adjacent to your house. So he is also a person, but he doesn't belong to your family. So he will also not be a
Yes,
part
sir.
of this set. So a set means collection of objects where you have zero or one or more than one objects, and they have a proper definition. That means they will be having some identity, or they will be having some function by which they are related to each other. In this case, we saw
Yes,
Indian
sir.
cricket team, everyone plays for India. In case of family members, they are from the same family. Another example you can
Yes,
think
sir.
of is, say, we have in English alphabet vowels. So what are the vowels?
Yes, sir.
A-E-I-O-U.
A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowels, right?
Vowels.
Suppose there is a letter, say C, alphabet C. So is this a part of this set?
No, sir.
No,
It
sir.
is alphabet, but this is not a part of this set. So what is the definition of this set? Well defined. When we say the definition of this set is A, E, I, O, U, that is vowels, right? They have a particular identity.
sir.
They have a relation.
Okay.
Now, suppose in mathematics, I say odd numbers. Now, what are the odd numbers? 1, 3, 5,
1, 3,
7,
1,
like that.
7.
9, 11.
So like this, I have these numbers. They are odd numbers. Now 2, 4, 6, no, they are not part of this set. They are also numbers, but they are not odd numbers, right? So
Yes,
a
sir.
well-defined collection of objects is called a set. Now in mathematics, we come across generally different sets. Say, we have n. This is set of all natural numbers.
All natural.
You can write in your notes parallelly. Okay. I hope you have a notebook and a pen.
Yes, sir.
So this
Yes,
is
sir.
set of all natural numbers. Now suppose I have Z.
Yes, sir.
What is Z?
Set of integers.
Yeah,
I
good.
think.
This is set of integers. So what is my natural number? Natural number includes 1, 2, 3. So likewise, integers means 0, 1, 2, 3. Not only positive, but also -1, -2, till minus infinity. So these are integers. Say I have then Q. This is set of rational numbers.
Rational numbers.
Then I have R, which is nothing but set of real numbers.
Real numbers.
So generally in mathematics, we'll be using this sets. Of course, there are, as we go ahead, then we'll be discussing some other sets also in mathematics. But in general, these are the general sets which we use. Rational numbers means the number has to be in the form p by q, where q is not equal to 0.
It's not equals to 0.
Yeah. And real numbers means it can be rational as well as irrational. So they are real
Irrational.
numbers. Okay. In your 10th
Yeah.
class, you have this segregation, right? You have
Yes, sir.
complex
Yes.
numbers. Complex numbers has imaginary numbers and real numbers.
Yes, sir.
So the same thing, right? So complex number is
Yes,
also
sir.
a set of complex numbers, right? So these are some of the sets which we'll study. Of course, as we'll go ahead, we'll be studying the set concepts in probability, geometry, sequences, and many other such sections. But here we are just getting some brief idea what exactly set means. So then let's
Sir.
see the convention which we use for sets. So the first thing is that a set is denoted by capital letter. Suppose A, B, like that, C. So these capital letters, just like we
Okay.
had vowels. So it's written
Yes,
something
sir.
like V is equal to A, E, I, O, U, right? So this is my set, which is represented by a capital letter.
Yes, sir.
Second one is element. Let's see if someone else has joined. No. So element of a set is denoted by small letters. So it's A, B, C, like that. So these are the elements. Of course, in case if the elements is given distinctly, then we write the elements as it is. Otherwise, in general, if we have to denote some elements, then we write in small letter form, right? Just like we
Yes,
had
sir.
here the set of even numbers, say odd numbers. So these elements directly we write inside. But otherwise, in general, if he has not given us anything, then we write in a small letter form. Suppose he says, no, X is an element, X is a element of a set A. So then we write A is equal to X, like this. We don't write capital X here, we write small x. Okay,
Small x.
so this is small letter. Third, suppose X is an element of A. Suppose I have A is equal to small x. Suppose this is my set and this is the element. Yes. So then this is represented by X belongs to A. This is nothing but epsilon. Okay. So this epsilon is the one which gives me the understanding that this particular element belongs to this particular set. When we read it, we read like
Yes.
X belongs to A. Now, for example,
belongs to A.
belongs to A. A is the set and X is the element. Suppose odd numbers, if we see, say O is the set of odd numbers, capital O. Suppose my capital O is a set of odd numbers. So what will be the elements of the set? 1,
1,
3,
1,
5,
3,
7,
7,
so on.
5,
9.
7.
So like that, this will be the elements of the set. So I
Yes,
write
sir.
3 belongs to O. phi belongs to O. Yes. So
Yes, sir.
this epsilon is the symbol epsilon denotes belongs to, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Belongs to. Okay. Now fourth one. If X is not an element of A, then we write X does not belong to A. These are the notations basically. In future, when we
Okay.
write expressions, we have to understand that when this is written, what does this mean? When this is written, what does this mean? So now let's take a simple example. Say we have a set V is equal to, this is a set of vowels. This is A, E,
Yes, sir.
I, O, U.
I-O-U.
So A belongs to this set. So what can I write? A belongs to V. What about B? Does B belongs to this set?
B not belongs
No,
to A. B.
Yeah, exactly. So we write it as B does
Yes.
not belong to V. Okay,
B.
it's clear till now?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so till now we have seen that set is nothing but a well-defined collection of objects. Now, the different collection which have a common property, that is definition of the object, the definition of the objects. So that's how a set is defined. We saw different examples, vowels, odd numbers, Indian cricket team, like that. In mathematics, generally we deal with these sets, that is natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, and such sets. So the general convention is a set is denoted by capital letter. The element of a set is denoted by small letters. And if
Small
X is
letters.
an element of A, then we denote it as X belongs to A. Let's write it down here. If
Yes, sir.
X is an element of A, then X belongs to A. So this epsilon symbol is to denote that belongs to. Okay. So we saw the example of vowels where V is a vowel. This is the set and these are the elements. And if the element belong to this set, we write A belongs to V. If it doesn't belong, then we write B doesn't belongs to V. Okay. So now suppose, okay, that's fine. So let's see the different representations of sets. Representation of sets. So there are two ways by which we can represent a set. Now, just like this was a representation, right? Another way I could have written it is, I can also write V is equal to X, where X is a vowel, right? So I can either write all the elements and tell that all these elements belong to this set. Otherwise, I write a variable and tell the property of the variable or tell the definition of the variable. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the
Sir.
two different ways by which we can. So these are the two different ways by which we can represent a set. So the first way is called roster form. It is called roster form or tabular form. So basically in this, what we do is we write the name of the set by capital letter, and then we write the elements which are included in the set and cover it by the braces. This is the braces which are having all the elements, right? Just like we had seen, V has A, E, I, O, U. So this is the roster form of representation of set. Is this clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
different elements, they are separated by a comma. Suppose I have,
Yes, sir.
say a set of even numbers. So I write E, which is representing the even number. I'll write the elements which are separated by comma and then close the braces. This 3 dot means it
Okay.
goes on like this, right, till infinity. So this is the way in which, by which we represent in roster form. Now in this case, the order of the elements may change. Say here I have A, E, I, O, U, which is also same as say E, I, A, U, O. So the order in which we are
Okay,
writing the
sir.
elements, they can change.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Order of elements can change. Okay, but the elements which are there, they cannot change. I can't introduce now another letter B and say that it belongs to V. No. So the order can go here and there, but the elements which are there, they can't change from the set. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is about roster form. Okay, now another thing in this. Now suppose I have a, say word school. Now someone asked me, what is the set of letters present in the word school? Set of letters in the word school. So what will be this? This will be, say A is my set of letters, which will be S. What are the different letters which are there in this?
C,
Yes.
C,
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 H,
H,
O,
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 O, L.
L.
L. So even though I have two O's here, I will write only one O because
Yes,
both
sir.
these O's are same. So when he asked me when someone asks me what is the set of letters in the word school, O is same, right? This O is same as this O, but obviously it has been used
Yes,
twice,
sir.
but the letter is same, the element is same. So that's
Yes,
how we
sir.
write it only once, right? So this is about the
Yes.
roster form. The another way by which we can denote a set is, this is second method. This is called set builder form. So basically what happens in this set builder form is that, as I was telling, let's take the same example, vowels, A, E, I, O, U. So this is my roster form. So I can also
Yes, sir.
write it as V is equal to X such that this 2 dot represents such that colon represents such that X
Okay,
is
sir.
a vowel. Yes. So basically here you can use either X or Y or Z, anything you can use. You can also write it as, it is say A such that A is a vowel. Of course, A, don't get confused with this
Okay.
A. Maybe we can use say Y. No, V has the element Y such that V is a vowel, right? So basically here it has 3 components. This representation has 3 components, set builder form. We have the element, then we have such that is colon, and then we have the property of the element.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's take a simple example. Okay, so suppose I have a question, say A is equal to X such that X is a natural number and 3 is less than x is less than 10. So which form I have written now? Is it roster
Set
form or
builder.
it is set builder form?
Set builder.
Builder.
Yeah, this is set builder
Set
form
builder.
because I have written the
Yes, sir.
element and then I have written
Yes, sir.
such that,
Then
and then I have written the property. What does this element represent? Yes, as I mentioned, you can write it in terms of y also. There's no issue on that. It's not that we like only x,
Okay.
we
Yes.
use x, but you can use any element. You can write here in this case a also. There I didn't use a because no, it would have confused us with this letter a, alphabet letter a.
okay.
Yes, sir.
So it is x such that x is a natural number and x is between 3 and 10. So what if I want to write it in roster form? How will I write? I will write it as, yes, someone would like to say?
4, 5, 6.
Good. So this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Will I write 10?
No, sir.
Yeah, I
No,
will not
sir.
write 10.
No,
I will
sir.
write only from 4 to 9 because here it's not equal to, it's just less than. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this is my set builder form and this is my roster form.
Roster.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me take another example. Okay. Suppose I have no a is such that a is equal to 1, 4, 9, 16, this is 9, 25, so on. So which form is this?
Roster.
This
Roster
is
form.
roster form.
Roster form.
Now, if someone asks me to write it in set builder form, how will I write? I will write it as a is equal to x, or in this case, let me write it as y, such that y is square of, because if you see, what is the common property of all the elements? If you observe
Everything is
carefully,
square.
yeah, this is 1 square.
They
This
can
is-
be represented as squares.
Yeah, 3 square, this is 4 square, this is so on. So y such that y is square of, and from where my square is starting? 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that it's going on. So what is this set
Yes, sir.
represent? 1, 2, 3. So what does that represent in mathematics?
N. Natural
Yeah,
number.
exactly. This is natural number. So I'll write it as a is equal to y such that y is square of natural numbers.
Natural numbers.
Okay, and then close the braces. So in both the cases we write
Okay,
braces,
sir.
but in first case we write all the elements, and then in the second case we write the property and the element such that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
just recollect what we studied. So the representation of set, there are two different representation, the roster form or the tabular form. Generally we use the term roster form, but you remember tabular also, because in exam, in case this may not so much come in your JEE exam. This is just to understand some basic concepts so that we move ahead. But at least from your board exam point of view, this is very important, right? So that's why I'm going little fast, because JEE has, it has just mentioned that sets is there in the syllabus, but not many times
Yes,
questions have come from this particular section. So then we have seen that the elements are written in the set, that is the roster form. They are separated by comma, right? All the elements are written. And then in case we have such questions where we have set of letters of the word school. So if the element, even though it may repeat 2 times, but when we are representing in the roster form, we write it only once. We don't write it twice. Okay. And in set builder form, we had seen that we write the element and then we write such that that is represented by a colon, and then the property of the variable or the element? What is the property? That
Element.
initially we had seen the definition says well-defined collection. So what is that well-defined? What is the definition of that collection? So that property we write. So we saw the example, natural numbers from 3 to 10 in between. So this is the roster form. This is the set builder form. And in this case, the roster form was given, and then we find out what is the set builder form. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then,
Yes, sir.
okay, there are different definitions, which we can just write it down in short. Say we have empty set. This is called empty or null set, or
Null set.
void set. So basically, if an element has no element, if a set has no element, then we say that it is void set. Now one may say that how can it have no element? Now suppose if I say that no, A is a set such that A is X, such that X is the number displayed on a dice. Dice means you understand, right? It has 6 sides. Now you play Ludo
Yes.
and snakes and ladders. Yeah, that dice
Cubicle dice.
Yes, sir.
with X greater than 6. Now suppose this is the definition of my X, the element. A is a set which has the element X such that X is the number displayed on a dice. Suppose you roll a dice, whatever the number comes on the top, that is the X, such that or with the condition that X is greater than 6. So what will be my element which will be inside this set?
0.
Yeah, 0, or you will not get
1,
any.
2, 3.
No.
Yes.
See, for this, the number displayed on the dice will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But he's asking with the number should be greater than 5. This condition also should hold. So out of
Yes,
these
sir.
elements, is there some number which is greater than 6?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
So then I
No,
write
sir. No,
it
sir.
like this. A is with
Yes.
braces. Inside, I don't write anything. This is one way
Okay,
of
sir.
representing, or I write as 5. I put a 0 and then a cross mark or the slash mark. This is 5, or you can say this is null set. This is how a null set is represented. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, now there is something called finite set and infinite set. These are simple definitions. I'm just covering in fast.
Yes, sir.
In case if something is not clear, just let me know. Because they are simple, I'm going a little fast. So finite set and infinite set. As we had seen, say again, let's take the same example. Now set of numbers displayed on a dice. What will be that? Say my set is A. What will be the numbers which can be displayed on a dice?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1,
6.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6. Okay, so this is close brace. Now there is another set, say set of natural numbers. What will be this set? N is equal to 1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3.
5, 6, 7. It will go on like this. So
Yes,
this
sir.
set has finite numbers. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
it's called a finite set.
Finite set.
And this particular set has infinite numbers. Yeah. This particular set has infinite numbers because no, natural numbers means it will go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. It
Yes,
will go
sir.
on. So this is infinite set. Okay.
Okay.
So a set which has finite finite number of elements is called finite set, and a set which has infinite number of elements is called infinite set. Yes, simple.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now there is something called equal set. Suppose I have two sets, A and B. So A is said to be equal to B if each and every element of A belongs to B. Suppose my set A has elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Then B also should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Say if A is 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, then A is equal to B. Okay. So the each and every element in both the sets should be same. Now someone may say that no, instead of writing 1, 2, 3, 4, can I say no, say 2, 4, 1, 3. Yeah, that's fine. Because if numbers or the elements order is changed, that's okay for us. But the set of elements are same. Right? So if A is this,
Okay.
even if B is 2, 4, 1, 3, then also A is equal to B. Okay. Now suppose I have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is equal to say 1, 2, 3. So now can I say A is equal to B?
No, sir.
No, because the element 4 here is not present over here. So each and every element has to be same. That's the meaning of equal. Same, simple definition. No, it has to be equal. That's it. Right?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, I write A is equal to B, and in this case, then A is not equal to B. We put a slash here for not. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we have something called subset. Now suppose, just imagine, now you are in your school. In your school, you are in your 11th class. No, it may be some section, 11A, 11B, 11C, something like that. So now in the school, suppose this is my set school where there are different classes, say first class, second class, third class. So like that, there is 11th class, there is 12th class. So this 11th class also belongs to the school.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you have now say 25 students in your class. So can I say that those 25 students who are studying in class 11 also belongs to the school? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that is nothing but saying that class 11 is subset. Okay. Is subset of school. This is subset we are discussing. Okay. I hope you understand. Basically, this 11 is also a set. This is also a set. It's not that this is an element. This is also a set, and school is also a set. But school is a
Yes,
set
sir.
where there are a lot of classes. But in class 11, which is only one class, which has some students. So if some element belongs to class 11 or some student belongs to class 11, that student or that element will also belong to school. Yes?
Yes, sir.
But the other way around may not be true. Right? If someone is from the school,
Yes, sir.
then I can't surely say that it belongs to class 11 also. If someone is in second class, no, he belongs to school, but he doesn't belong to class 11. Right? So only one way it's true. Class 11 is a subset of school. Right?
Cool.
So that's how we define
Yes, sir.
subset. Suppose I have say set A, which has, I'm taking simple examples for our understanding. Say this is my set A, and this is my set B, say 1, 3, 5. So these has some elements. Set A has some 5 elements, and set B has 3 elements. But if you observe carefully, each and every element which is there in B is also there in A. 1
Yes,
is there
sir.
in B,
Yes,
is also
sir.
there in A.
1, 3,
3
and
is
5.
there, 5. So all these are there.
1, 3, and
So
5.
then I write B is a subset of
Subset
A.
of A.
So this is how we
A.
denote subset. It's like a U turned 90 degrees. Right? U.
Yes, sir.
So this right you turn 90-degree clockwise, it will become like this. So this is how you represent subset. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now there is another definition in the same context, which is called as superset. So here we had subset. B is a subset of A. Because every element which is there in B is also there in A. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. So, in this case, B is a subset of A. I can
Yes, sir.
also say that A is superset of B. Basically, it means that A has a lot of other sets also, or a lot of other elements also, but the elements of B are also there in A. So when I write like
Yes, sir.
B is subset of A, this is my superset, this is my subset.
Subset.
Okay. Simple definition. Yeah. Let's go further. Okay, there is something called singleton set. TON. So what does singleton set means? A set which has only one element. Say suppose I say that no, A is a set. I'm always taking A. Let me take something else. Say no, S is a set where the element is say some letter A, such that A is number displayed on a dice and A is say less than 2. Okay. So how many numbers will I get in this case, or what will be the number which I'll get in this case? S is a set such that the element S is a set with element A such that
Only one.
A is number
1.
displayed on dice. So what
Only
are the
one.
different numbers which could be displayed? Yeah, exactly.
1.
So 1, 2, 3, like this, 6 numbers are possible. But he says that A is less than 2. So what is the only possibility?
sir.
That means A is equal to 1. So which is nothing
1.
but S has 1. This is one element, right? Suppose I say that no, A is such that A is greater than 5. Okay. Now what will be my A?
6.
Yeah. So in this case, A will be equal to 6. So here also I'll write
6.
S has only one element, that is 6. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is singleton
Yes,
set
sir.
where we have only one set. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Okay, sir.
there is another definition called power set. This power set is nothing but collection of all subsets of a set. So basically what it means is, now suppose I have a set A, which is say, has 3 elements, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what are the different subsets possible for this set? Now one set possible is, I have only one element 1. I have only one element 2. I have only one element 3.
3.
Another
3.
possibility is I have 2 elements.
1, 2.
1,
And
2.
then 1 and 3.
1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Yeah. Another possibility is I have 1, 2, 3. All the 3 elements. Is there some other possibility?
No,
Another
sir.
possibility
No,
is
sir.
I don't have any element. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is also a possibility, right? So
Yes, sir.
this is null set basically.
Yes, sir.
There is nothing but null set. Null set means 0 elements.
Yes, sir.
So null set is a
Yes, sir.
subset of all the elements. You can just write down here. I think we forgot it. Where was it? Yeah, subset mein you can write down that phi is subset of all sets. Phi means null set, because there is always a possibility then that I don't take any element from that set, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's how we write. Okay, so these are the different possibilities of subsets for this set. To count it,
Yes,
how
sir.
many are there total?
4.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4,
Uh-huh.
5, 6, 7, 8. So 8
8.
subsets. So suppose NA, this is nothing but number of elements in set A. The number of elements in set A is represented by NA. Okay.
And
In this case, it is how much? 3. This is first element, this is second element, this is third element, right? So the number of elements in a set is 3. Then number of subsets in power set is equal to 2 power 3, which is 8. Okay. Suppose number of
Yes, sir.
elements in a set is n. In this case, it is 3. Suppose I have n. Then the number of subsets in power set will be equal to 2 power n. Actually, when we'll discuss permutation and combination, at that time we'll get more clarity on how do we get this. But at least as of now, you just remember this, right?
okay, sir.
So this is about power set. Okay, then there is another thing called universal set. Okay. So suppose my A is a set which has element 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, only till 4. And then my B is a set which has element 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, these 4 elements. And my C is a set, or say U is my universal set. Then this will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
5.
7, 8, and any more number he can say this. So this is my universal set. That means universal set will have both the elements of both the sets and some extra elements also.
Yes,
So
sir.
basically it means that the frame or the whole set with which we are dealing with. Now suppose now again coming back to the example of your school. So this the number of students who are in your school, that is a set, right? They have an identity that they belong to your particular school. Now in that there is class 1, class 2, likewise class 11, class 12, right? So there are different subsets in this. So these are different subsets, and this is the entire set which has all the subsets.
Set.
So this is called as universal set.
Universal set.
I hope it's clear.
So,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay. Okay. I think this you might have studied before also. This is open and closed intervals. Okay. Suppose I have no, say this is number line. This is my 0 origin. This is my x-axis and this is y-axis, right? Suppose my x is such that it is between 2 and 3. This is my 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in this number line, where will my x lie? It will be between 2 and 3.
Between,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But because he
Yes, sir.
has given only less than, that means it will be little less than 2, and it will be, it will be little greater than 2 and little less than 2. 2 and 3 are not
Yes, sir.
included,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
right? I hope you know the difference between this statement and this statement, no? In
Yes,
this
sir.
case, x
Yes, sir.
can take the value of 2 also, and x can take the value of 3 also.
So,
But in this
Yeah.
case, it can't take 2 and 3,
yes, sir.
right? So this is called as open interval, and this
Open
is
interval.
closed interval,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So how do we denote open interval is, we write it as x belongs to 2, 3, open interval. So open interval, no, we denote by simple brackets, right?
Okay,
And in
sir.
this case, we write it as x belongs to closed interval 2 and 3. That means 2 and 3 is also included. This is closed interval.
Yes, sir.
So simple way to remember this is, in case of open, no, you have simple bracket. No, it's forming a O sort of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
O, not exactly O, but still something similar to, near to O. So this is
Yes,
open
sir.
interval, and you are putting box over here. It's a closed box, so closed interval,
Yes, sir.
right? So in case of closed 2 and 3, you denote by this way. There is another
Okay,
possibility where it could be written like x is less than 2. Sorry, x is greater than 2 and less than equal to 3. Right? So we write this as x belongs to open interval 2 but close interval 3. 2 is
Okay,
not
sir.
included. So we write open interval for 2, and for 3 we write closed interval. Now suppose I have
Okay, sir.
2 is less than equal to x is less than 3. Then I will write x belongs to closed interval 2.
Closed interval 2.
And here what will I get?
Open.
Good.
Open.
Open interval.
Yeah, this will be open interval. Okay. So either we can have both side open or both side close, or one open and other close, or one close and other open. Right?
Yes, sir.
So these 4 possibilities are possible. So close means closed dabba, closed box. Open means simple brackets. So when we are representing this in this number line, how do we represent is, okay, let's do one by one. Suppose I have, say, belongs to closed interval 2, 3. This I write it as, suppose this is my 2, this is my 3. So I put a dot over here because I am emphasizing that 2 exists. 2 is also there. 3 is also there.
Yes, sir.
And all the numbers
Yes, sir.
between 2 and 3 are there. Yes, so I
Yes,
make
sir.
it little darker, and this dot is distinctly shown that these two are
Yes,
also
sir.
included. Suppose I have x belongs to 2 and 3, say open. So then I will
Open.
tell that between 2 and 3 all the numbers are there, but
Yes, sir.
2 is not there, I put a bubble, and 3 is not there, again I put a bubble. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so to mention that this particular number is not there, I put a bubble, and here I am putting a
Okay, sir.
thick dot to tell that, emphasize that that particular number is there. Now if we take, if we apply the same thing for this one, so this is 2 3 and this is closed. Okay, so in this case what will I get? On 2 I will get bubble or dot? Pardon?
Two bubble.
2 is
Bubble.
closed. 2 is closed.
Closed.
So bubble is for open. Here also O, open. Here 2 is not included. So here I will get a dot and then all the values between 2 and 3 and then a bubble at 3. That means 3 is not there.
Yes, sir.
Sure? Because here I have
Yes,
bubble,
sir.
because here I have open bracket, I am putting a bubble here.
Yes, sir.
Similarly for this, we have 2, 3, bubble at 2 and dot at
Bullet 2,
3 because
3.
this 3 is included. This basically means 3 is included, but 2 is not included. I hope you know that, no?
Yes, sir.
X is greater than 2, but less than equal to 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is how we represent
Yes.
close and open brackets. Bubble
Okay, sir.
for, this is bubble for open and dot for closed. This means it is included. This means it is not included. Just quickly recap. First, we discussed that a well-defined collection of objects is called a set. We saw that they have a common property or a definition. Example, Indian cricket team. Now there are some specific players who are part of this set. But if Ricky Ponting or Mark Taylor or someone like that comes, then he's not a part of this set. Family or vowels. So C is not a part of this particular set because it's not a vowel. Odd numbers, again, it's a set. But 2, 4, 6, they are not part of this set. And there is set of natural numbers.
Yes,
these are generally the sets which we come across in mathematics. Convention is the set is denoted by capital letters. The elements of the set are represented by small letters. If the elements are directly given, say 1, 2, 3, 4, then we directly write them. Otherwise, if we don't know, then we write as X or small a, small b, like that. So, and if we say that the element X is an element of A, then we represent by epsilon. Epsilon is a symbol.
Epsilon
Denotes that X belongs to A. Yes, this belongs to.
Belongs to A.
And X is not an element of A, then it does not belong to A. We saw the example of odd numbers. So 3 belongs to, okay, yeah, we saw the example of vowels. So A belongs to this set of vowels, but B doesn't belongs to the set of vowels. Then we saw the representation of sets, that is roster method, where we write the set name, that is a capital letter. It could be A, V, or anything capital, which has, we write the braces, open brace, then all the elements separated by comma. Okay, let me write it here.
Comma.
Elements separated by comma. Okay, just like we had written here, A, E, I, O, U, we had put comma over here. And then, yeah, this is the set of even numbers. And in case if I have a set where there are more, the elements are repeating, then when I'm writing in the roster form, I need not repeat the elements. I just write it once and say that this belongs to the set. Okay. Then we saw the set builder form where we write the element such that and the property which the element is having. It is a vowel or it's a odd number or whatever. In this case, we saw, no, it is a natural number, but it lies between 3 and 10. So we are converted into roster
and
form and then written all the elements. And from roster form to, we had converted into set builder form. Okay. So then we saw null or void or empty set, which has no elements, which is represented by phi,
yes,
null
sir.
set. Finite and infinite set. If it has finite number of elements, then it is finite. If it has infinite number of elements, then it is infinite. Simple. Equal set means
Infinite.
each and every element of both the sets has to be same, right? So that is,
Same.
even if one element is extra anywhere, then it is not infinite set. Then we saw what is subset.
Yes.
Subset means a part of set. We saw the example of your class being a subset of the school, right? And
Yes, sir.
suppose A is these letters and B is no, some letters in which is a part of this. Then we say that B is subset of A. And here B is called as a subset and A is called as a superset.
Superset.
B is subset of A
Superset.
and A is superset of, okay, write it here.
B.
B is subset of A and A is superset of B.
A. Yes,
And
sir.
how we denote it? We write it U turned 90 degrees. We write like
Yes, sir.
turned U like this, right? So this is what is a subset. Singleton set, it has only one element. Power set means it is a collection of all subsets of a set. So if the elements of the set is n, then the number of elements in the power set is 2 power n. Then we saw the universal set. Universal set means it's the collection of all the sets with which we are dealing in the particular problem or a situation. We saw the example of your entire school being the universal set, and then there are different classes in that. Right? If we are dealing with the population of say India, so the population of Tamil Nadu is a subset, the population of Andhra is a subset, the population of Kerala is a subset, the population of Madhya Pradesh is a subset, but the universal set is population of India. Okay.
India.
Then we saw the closed intervals and open intervals. So closed means the
Yes,
equal
sir.
to is also included, that is the number with which we are dealing, that is also included. Closed is denoted by closed dabba or closed box, and open by simple brackets. So just because this is denoting, this is representing like a O, that's how it is open bracket. Of course, this is just for our remembrance. And here we have a closed box, so closed. And how we write it? When we say X belongs to closed 2, 3, that means 2 and 3 are also included. Okay, and then we saw how we denote it. If the numbers are included, then we put a dot, emphasizing that the number exists.
Yes, sir.
If they are not included, then we put a bubble. Right? They are bubble.
Bubble.
I have
Yes, sir.
overdrawn it, so it has become like a dot. This is a bubble. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That means 2 is not included, 3 is not included, but all the numbers in between are included. And then we write
Yes,
this where one side is open, other side is closed, or one side is closed, other side is open. So this is how we represent this open and closed brackets. Okay, so you can just till our next class, you can solve, I think, first and second exercise of your NCERT book. I think even third exercise also you should be able to solve. I don't remember whether third exercise has the same concept or not. You can just see, and then accordingly, whatever exercises are related to this particular concept, you can try to solve them. Right? So next class we'll be discussing, there's some more part remaining in this sets, that is Venn diagrams. So we'll start with it, and then we'll read relations, functions, and then next we'll start with the algebra part. So what I was planning the course to go ahead was, I'll just tell in 5 minutes. Okay, let me share that document. Okay. So this is the class which we had last time. That was on 26th Friday. So where we revised just the 10th class things. And this is the class which we had today. That is, we discussed sets. So some part is remaining, which we'll discuss in the next class. So we'll discuss relations and functions, which will be from your NCERT book. And then from next class onwards, we'll start with Cengage, inequality, chapter wise, inequalities and absolute values. These are all the part of your algebra. right? The complex number,
Okay,
theory
sir.
of equations, progressions. You can just go through the syllabus. No, you can download the syllabus from NTA website. There you will get the
Okay, sir.
syllabus for
Okay,
JEE
sir.
Mains, and JEE Advanced has
Okay,
a
sir.
specific site. So from there you can get the syllabus of JEE Advanced also. So this is the way we'll be going ahead. We'll first cover the algebra part. Hopefully,
Okay, sir.
if we have more classes in a week, then we should be able to cover more. Otherwise, at least time being, if we go ahead with this frequency with 2 classes in a week, then by mid of August, we'll be able to complete algebra part of class 11. Mid of August means 1.5 months.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll be covering coordinate geometry. Yes, coordinate geometry
Yes,
has
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
straight lines and ellipse and all those conic sections. And then we'll be covering 3D section, 3D part, and then calculus, where we'll be discussing limits and derivations and all those things. And then mathematical reasoning is a
Okay,
small
sir.
chapter, but every year you get one question in JEE Mains from this. And then trigonometry,
Yes,
statistics. So like that, we'll be covering the other topics. Of course, I have not written in detail the dates for this, because in case if some changes are there, then accordingly they will carry forward with this. Okay, so first we
Okay,
are doing algebra part, and then we are
Yes,
doing
sir.
coordinate geometry, 3D. Likewise, we are planning to cover. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
so
Okay, sir.
anything which was not
Okay.
clear, whatever we discussed?
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No, sir.
So you can just, you have your NCERT textbook, right?
Yes, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. If
Yes,
Yes,
there
sir.
it's good. Otherwise, you can download it from the website. The PDF is available freely for everyone to use. So if you have it, then you can solve first, second, third exercises of NCERT textbook.
Okay, sir.
If third exercise has some problems which with the concepts which we have not discussed, you can leave it. Next time you can solve it. Next we'll be starting with
Okay.
Venn diagrams, and then we'll be
Okay, sir.
going with the relations and functions.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Okay.
Okay, sir.
care. Have a nice time. We'll meet then next
Thank you,
class.
sir. You
Okay.
too.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.